What's up, world? Welcome to Nez Telly. It's me, Nez, and I am back home now. Are you happy to see me? It doesn't matter. We saw each other anyway, and I'm so sorry for not doing any video on Monday. I literally just, I got carried away and I didn't get some things done right. But I'm sorry. I am so glad to be back. Okay, so first of all, the last video that I did, I said I was going to talk about an e-reader, right? So e-readers are like these apps that you can actually download on your phone that can help you to read ebooks. So basically, you're going to be reading an ebook and it will sound like you're reading an audiobook. Now, the only difference with an e-reader and an audiobook is that the audiobook is more intentional. So the person that writes it, the person that reads the story is reading it bearing in mind, like, the punctuations. The person reads it to you like they're telling a story. An e-reader basically is like this mechanized, computerized AI voice that you may get confused with. Depending on the e-reader you get, apparently there's a large range. Some you can choose the tone of voice you want, whether you want a man's voice or a woman's voice, you want something more chirpy or something more like serious. So you can choose all those things. Well, like my laptop, I literally realized that my laptop came with one. I didn't even know, I don't even know how it's there, but it happens to be there. I have to do some research and find out how it got there. So I'm going to play from Laid Off and Crazy Happy, which was the last book I read. That's the book, I talked about it in my last video. So you can hear what it sounds like, right? Okay, so just give me a second so you can understand what I'm saying. When I'm saying it's computerized and it's weird and it's
Praise for this book. In this powerful book by Andy Weisberg, you will learn how he has perfected the life of living and working from home, being a husband and a great father, and taking care of the duties of running a household.
So that's what it sounds like. I hope that little sample is something that helps. There are lots of e-readers that you can download if you go to your app store. The thing though is that the free e-readers are going to come with a lot of advertisements, but I think that is well worth it because I'm using a free one now. It was called ebook reader, something like that. So it's like there's a lot of adverts that pop up, like, once you leave and you want to do something else, an advert will pop up, and but I don't have a problem with that. Like, I think it's worth it. I don't see anything wrong with it. So I like it. Well, there's some that are more posh. Those ones, no adverts, but you have to pay for them. So you just choose how you want to do it. But basically, the voice you just heard is what the one on my laptop sounds like. It's the one on my laptop I've been using since. What I've advised though, if you're going to be using this, I would say, it's still not as passive. Even ordinary ebooks are not passive. Ordinary audiobooks are not passive. You have to still be present and listen. But I think that this one is like you actually have to be looking. Like for me, I read along. Do you understand? So I'm literally looking at the book as it's going, so I can understand what exactly happened. Because sometimes they even read the subtitles. Like how in some books they can write chapter 1 on top like several times. So that they can read that chapter 1 then continue. So that could be a little tricky. So if you're not listening, you could get lost. And then when they have some very big like it's a website name, I think the one I read had a very complex website, and it said the whole website http://www/hp, so other than that, I'm telling you, this is totally worth it. So I think this is a great way. Like, I cannot wait to start dissecting all the ebooks I had and I said I wanted to read. So that's number 1. Number 2, finally I read The Eye of Darkness. Now, I've read a lot of books now. The Eye of Darkness is the book that people are claiming predicted the coronavirus because of one particular page that has been removed. I do remember when I was talking about receiving social media sense, when I talked about the importance of research. This was something I didn't really want to research. Like, I didn't even see the point. Like, okay, so it was predicted, and then what? So because a lot of people really believe that there's some conspiracy theory, some people out there trying to kill everybody, blah blah blah. I mean, it could be true, but I feel like, in the end, it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't stop me from achieving the things I want to do and do what I want to do. I don't know. It just sounds, that's just the way I am with this life and all that. So basically, I had been in several groups where they posted this and people were getting very, are you serious? How could this have happened? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I asked people, have you read this book? And they all said, no, I've not read the book, but I saw the part that said, just because of that small part that was brought out where they mentioned the name of this thing that they're assuming is the virus, everybody assuming that it actually did happen. The little research I did, the writer, that's Dean Koonz, hasn't actually said anything saying this is what I saw this, he hasn't answered anybody. I don't know if he's alive. It's possible. I don't know. But anyway, he's a writer. His genre is usually like, the paranormal, a lot of conspiracy theories. That's where this falls in. You get. So I read the whole book. It's an 11-hour book. I read it on e-version. Trust me, if you look around, you find it everywhere. Don't ask me to show you where it is. It's everywhere. I'm telling you, everybody's passing it around these days. So if you have time, read it. I was in a group by group when I asked, okay, so have you read this? One said, Chinese, your work is book now. Read the book. And I thought, oh, crap. So I just kept quiet. But anyway, I decided to read the book, and I think I'm glad I read it. It's actually like, it's a book I wouldn't, like, maybe it's a book I would have enjoyed if I was reading when I was a teenager. Right now, it just felt like, okay. So anyway, about this book is a story about a woman who was looking for her son, who was dead. Apparently, a year after, she started getting some signs telling her that her son could be alive, so she had to go and try and get the son. So in this particular, the thing that they're calling the coronavirus, I air quote it, is something called Wuhan 400. Now, doing a bit of research, I found out that this something 400 is something that the man has used a lot in several other books. So he has done something 400, that one 400, when he talks about conspiracy theory and weapons, the biological weapons or chemical weapons that have been built to be able to kill people, blah, blah, blah. And this was called the Wuhan 400. The only similarity between this disease in this book and the disease that is coronavirus right now is the word Wuhan, because the first place that was affected in the world right now with coronavirus is in Wuhan, China. So yeah, that's it. But other than that, I'm telling you, there's no other similarity. It's just that word Wuhan that's making everybody feel like, you know, it's a virus that eats the brain. That's the one in the book. It eats the brain. Everybody that gets it must die, you know. But a lot of those things are not happening right now. We know that it's more like a long problem infection. That's the coronavirus. So basically, that's it. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, but that's it. Honestly, I don't think, like, if you think it is true, please come for me. Like, come and tell me, okay, I read this book and I think this is what happened. Tell me, okay? But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, and, you know, let me know what you think. Put in the comment section if you really think that this thing was predicted, and then in the end, how does it really affect the price of beans? How does it affect what's happening right now? And please, don't forget to look at what the World Health Organization is saying about the coronavirus. Wash your hands consistently. Avoid touching your hands, nose, especially when you've been in public for a while, okay?